find a big enough why, the how will come.
Concerns with EMS in one Wabash Valley town have some worried for their safety. What's going on and what's planned to help solve the problem? And the temperature is dropping right now. It's going to be dangerously cold in the morning with single-digit temps. Storm Team 10's Chris Piper will tell us just how cold it's going to get. But first, suicide prevention advocates are reaching out tonight after 2 headlines involving suicide. Vigo County Sheriff John Plassey confirms Roger Plunkett II died at his home today. The Terre Haute firefighter took his own life. You may remember Plunkett had been charged with multiple counts of child molestation. The prosecutor's office says they've dropped those charges because of his death. News 10's John Swanner received an email from Plunkett prior to his death. Plunkett told John he could quote any part of his statement as needed. He wrote that he was proud to be part of the fire department and would be watching over them. The message to John mentions Fire Chief Jeff Fisher and Norm Loudermilk. News 10 received statements from both of them. We have put their responses and Plunkett's entire statement to John on WTHITV.com. Meanwhile, Vigo County Sheriff John Plassey says a girl is okay after reports of attempted suicide. It happened this morning at the Vigo County Juvenile Center. The sheriff says a detention officer saw the girl collapsed on the floor of her cell. She was taken to a hospital. She is expected to survive. Well, stories about suicide may be tough to process. While you may not be seeing it in the news, suicide happens every day. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention says there are 129 suicides per day on average. Advocates at Team of Mercy in Terre Haute want to remind you there is help available for those who are struggling.
Somebody that is so low and so hopeless and lost, what seems right and common sense to you and I isn't to them, okay? They're not thinking rationally. They're not in their right state of mind. They need that help. So we need to make it okay for individuals to come and ask for help.
Suicide is a preventable death. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, there is help. Call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline anytime at the number on your screen, 1-800-273-TALK. Now, to a story that's affecting everyone here in the Wabash Valley. It's going to get dangerously cold overnight and into tomorrow morning. Chris Piper joins us now with the very latest. Today marks the 3-year anniversary of a double homicide that shocked the Hoosier state. And Indiana State Police say they are close to an answer.
One piece away. One piece away. Eventually somebody's going to do the right thing. Might be the killer himself. Might be somebody that knows who he is.
In 2017, Abby Williams and Libby German went missing while walking the historic trails in Delphi, Indiana. They were found dead the next day. Since then, Indiana State Police have worked tirelessly to solve the case. 2 investigators still work full-time on this case. They've gotten at least 50,000 tips so far. Police say they have almost everything they need and are not even close to calling the case cold. The state police superintendent says they could release more information in the future, but right now they say to remember these sketches. Call 459-5786 or email Abby and Libby Tip at cacoshrf.com with any information. When it comes to medical emergencies, seconds could mean life or death. Indiana has a large population who live in rural areas, and that makes it hard for first responders to get to them in an emergency. One county in the Wabash Valley has been battling this issue for years. News 10's Sarah Lehman talked with a woman who's been in the healthcare business for more than 40 years. Sarah joins us now with more on why this is so important.
Yeah, so over the past decade, Indiana has really stepped up when it comes to the emergency medical field. But there still are a few gaps that some people are working hard to make sure get filled. Most of the Wabash Valley is considered a rural area. That can make it difficult for first responders to get to you. Meredith Addison has worked in the medical field for more than 40 years. She's also one of the many who's working to close the gaps in trauma care. She says until just 2 years ago, Vermilion County only had basic level training until someone stepped up and fought to bring paramedic care to the county. Now they're working to close the gaps and bring trauma level care to the county. Addison says trauma is what takes out more people than anything else. But a lot of times you can be saved if you have a quick medical response, whether that be calling 911 or having someone around you who knows what to do. Addison says her goal is to create a seamless, resilient safety net for everyone in Indiana.
If you think about how long you can hold your breath, that's how long it takes for somebody to be able to make the difference sometimes.
What do you think the answer is?
Heightened awareness. If you knew that all it would take is for you to ante up to save your neighbor before they need it, oh, you know it would happen.
Yeah.
That's the way Hoosiers are.
I know she has worked tirelessly in this effort. So what is the county planning to do to try to help?
Yeah, so the good news is that the county does know that this is a problem and they are working on it. So the county is having a meeting next Tuesday at 6:30, a joint Vermilion County Council and County Commissioner meeting in the county courthouse. They're going to be discussing the business aspect, the need in the county, and the coverage plan. That doesn't mean any answers will happen right away, but they are at least talking about it. And of course, News 10 will be there and we'll bring you all the updates on this story.
All right, thank you very much. The National Institute on Drug Abuse says about 5% of women use one or more addictive substances during pregnancy. A local group is working to change that. The Substance Use Community Action Team is a part of a West Central Indiana Healthy Start initiative in Vigo County. It's designed to create goals that will help reduce substance abuse during pregnancy. Today, the group focused on educating doctors, pregnant women, and the community about the resources that are available.
The babies in our community are our most vulnerable citizens, and so it's up to us to come together and do everything that we can to make sure that they're protected and that they're born healthy and on time.
Now, this team is possible thanks to a Healthy Lives grant at Union Hospital. A local organization has awarded another with thousands of dollars to boost its work. The United Way of the Wabash Valley donated $50,000 to the Next Step Foundation. It comes from the group Substance Use Disorders Impact Council. The council is designed to help create peer recovery services in the valley. Coaches with similar experiences help those in the program work through it. This support system will help with treatment. Organizers hope to have at least 5 coaches for all 6 counties the United Way covers. 3 companies have submitted proposals to operate a new convention center in downtown Terre Haute. The Vigo County Capital Improvement Board requested the proposals last month. Operators would be in charge of day-to-day operations, marketing, and management for the convention center. ASM Global, Oak View Group, and Spectra submitted proposals. The board will review the proposals and make a decision by the 1st of the next month. Work to the convention center will start around the time the contract is settled. IU basketball was in action tonight against the Hawkeyes. Sports 10 has highlights in just a few minutes. But first, a Southern Indiana elementary school is finding success in its new breakfast program. We'll tell you which one and what the next step is to grow it even further. There are already some school delays for tomorrow. Team 10 is tracking dangerously cold temperatures overnight. What you can expect to keep you and your family safe. You're watching News 10 on My Fox 10, coverage you can count on.